Welcome to a new fragrance review. Today we're going to try Jean-Marie Farina Extra Vieille by Roger et Gallet. So I got a nice little bottle of Jean-Marie Farina Extra Vieille. It doesn't say the Extra Vieille in that bottle, but on the box that I'm going to show you, it says it. So I read a little bit about it, and I heard that the little thing here is reminiscent of the Art Deco era, and it was made to be reminiscent of that. See the nice little logo of the brand. Now, as I'm showing you the box of the bottle and everything, I have other stuff that I'm gonna show you too. There are some nice little thing to hear about that brand. First of all, what is that fragrance that I'm showing you here? That fragrance is actually, and here it doesn't say it, but it's the small box. Maybe in the big box it says. I've got also the soap, like the shower gel. And sadly, I've thrown the box away. I bought it some time ago, but I bought the soap. And that story that I'm going to tell you is written on the soap. That little smell here was not made by Roger Gallet. It was made by a guy called Jean-Marie Farina, which is the reason fragrance is called Jean-Marie Farina. That fragrance was made a bit before, like a good 50-year thing before Roger Gallet started to make fragrance or exist. Anyway, that fragrance is actually extremely well known in the fragrance world. You probably heard about it before without knowing. You heard a story about it that you probably don't know that's the fragrance, but yeah, it says also on the, and this one doesn't say it, but on the soap, I remember it said that the recipe was not changed. Anyway, that is the fragrance that Napoleon Bonaparte was wearing. It was known that he was buying like 15 bottles a month or something like that. It was like bathing into that, almost into that fragrance. It was putting it all the time. But yeah, that's the fragrance that Napoleon Bonaparte was wearing. It was made by Jean-Marie Farina at one point. Like 50 years later, I would assume Jean-Marie Farina was an old man at that point, and Roger Gallet was a new company. They bought the recipe, and here it is, that fragrance that you still can buy. It's not a vintage fragrance that I bought. I got it at Shoppers or Perfumery if you're in Quebec, and it was pretty cheap. That's the small bottle, was like 30 bucks, and the big bottle is 60 something dollar, so it's super cheap. Anyway, we're gonna try the fragrance. Also, I got some little soap with other smell. I'm gonna show it to you. We're gonna try this one after. There's wood orange wood, which is pretty nice. There's Cidra, which is a nice citrusy smell, and there's sandalwood, which is also nice. Not citrusy though, but it's nice. Sandalwood, they don't have that perfume anymore, but there's a little bottle like this of all the other ones. They're all eau de cologne. They're all nice, fresh fragrance. If you can go and take a look at the whole line, they're really nice. Anyway, let's try the smell. Oh yeah, something I forgot to tell you. The spray on that bottle is absolutely amazing. It's literally the best spray I have ever seen in any bottle. You press it, it's not hard to press, but it kind of have some resistance, and it just like spray. Almost feel like an atomizer the way it just spray. It's a really, really an amazing spray. I know Dior is known to have great spray, and it's even better than the sprays by Dior. So what I'm picking up on the paper, as you can imagine, it's an eau de cologne, so it's going to be super, and it's like a classic eau de cologne, so it's full of citruses. Anyway, picking up some petit grain. That seems to be the first thing that really peaked within all the notes. Some lemon, bergamot, orange, mandarin, pretty much the same intensity on paper. Some neroli also. Some rosemary, some myrtle. Myrtle is something I had to look for, and it says it smells like eucalyptus, and there's some smell that's similar to eucalyptus, so that's what I would call a myrtle. A bit of clove. That's about it. That's what I'm picking up on paper. So on my skin, I was picking up in the top note a lot of bergamot and lemon, a good amount of rosemary, orange, and cloves. Also a lot of myrtle, and a little bit of petit grain and mandarin orange. In the heart note, I'd say the note I was picking up the most was cloves. Then it was myrtle. Both of them were pretty intense. Then I was picking up still a good amount of rosemary and a little bit of cedar. In the base note, I was picking up mostly clove, cedar, and myrtle, pretty much, I would say probably the clove and myrtle more, but pretty much at the same amount. The cedarwood and sandalwood were pretty intense at that point. And I was picking up a little bit of vetiver also, but it was like barely. Projection was average, a little bubble around me. People were able to pick it up, and longevity also was average, which is pretty good for what it is. I would say 3 to 6 hours it was lasting. And for the complete note breakdown, top notes are Amalfi lemon, bergamot, orange, and mandarin. Heart notes are petit grain, rosemary, neroli, carnation, and rose. And the base notes are clove, myrtle, cedar, vetiver, musk, amber, and sandalwood. Now, I didn't read what was written at the back, so what it says is named Extra Vieille as a tribute to the original formula created in 1806 by Jean-Marie Perrina. It is the perfect olfactory balance between citrus bouquet and the sweetness of Mediterranean flowers, enhanced with aromatic plants. Feeling of luminous freshness for an invigorating benefit. Says that there's essential oils of lemon, orange, petit grain, lavender, and rosemary. And it's not, maybe you pick up some lavender on paper. On my skin, it was not there. It dried a little bit, so I think I like a little bit of lavender. But lavender and rosemary typically are more blenders in a fragrance, though they could make a fragrance based on that. But typically, they are notes that they use for blending the ingredients together. Anyway, where I would see this fragrance. So fragrance doesn't last the whole day, but it's pretty cheap. And there's also a little bottle like that you can have. I'll take that in consideration. It looks really nice and somewhat refined. It's, like it was the fragrance of an emperor or conqueror, and I think it would be a nice business fragrance, more something for summer, not like all year round, but it would be a great business fragrance. It's more into the elegant side than the powerful side of business fragrance, but it would be a good one. I don't think it's dating fragrance, but it smells good, so I don't think it will be a bad dating fragrance either. I just don't think it fits in that category. In the summer winter spectrum, like obviously it's a citrus eau de cologne, and really like the classical type of eau de cologne, so it is a summer fragrance 100%. That's where it shines the best. It was made especially in a time where people were not like having, cold shower, a pool in the backyard and stuff like that. And often those fragrance was used to refreshen yourself, because the alcohol and all those little nice smell would feel refreshing. And especially the alcohol, when it evaporate, it create a feeling of like being refreshing, being cold. So in a way, it's kind of the ancestor of the AC. And as an everyday fragrance, it's not the typical everyday fragrance smell, but it's really nice. And I would say you could have it work really easily. As the fragrance is cheap. You can have 100 milliliter bottle for the price of one normal 100 milliliter bottle. So you have a bottle at work. When at home, you put it before going to work. During lunchtime, you reapply it, and you have that nice little smell the whole day. So it's not such a big deal. Also, they have like that little bottle that you can just put in your pocket, and that's it. So you can make it work as an everyday fragrance. It's cheap, it smells nice. It's not specifically that type of fragrance, but it would work. Again, the only bad thing is that it doesn't last the whole day, so you have to reapply it, but it's not such a problem. If it is for you, then it's not a good everyday fragrance, but definitely you can make it work. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If it's the case, like and share. If you tried that fragrance, tell me what you think about it. Also, if you're a big fan of Roger Gallet, tell me what is your favorite fragrance from the line. Could be both for men or for women. Now I only had the chance to truly try two of them, which is Open and Jean-Marie Farina. But I know some other good I smell on paper, Cidra, and I have the soap, and it's amazing. So if there's any you would recommend that I try specifically, put it in the comment. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.